Hey, what's going on? So, we're going to talk about the three factors of selling real estate when you're trying to do it by yourself, or you have a pro doing it for you and you don't need to know this stuff. But I'm going to show you how easy it can be to remember a few of these things. So, Ben, come here real quick. What are the three factors of selling a home?
Pricing?
Pricing, yeah.
Uh, I don't remember a middle one.
What was the last one?
Marketing.
Marketing, and then we have conditioning as well. So, pricing,
Pricing,
conditioning,
conditioning,
and marketing.
and marketing.
All right, dude, go play.
Okay.
So, pricing, conditioning, and marketing. 77% of people don't buy a home because it's priced too high. If it's priced too low, you're going to have a lot of people gathering around it, kind of circling like sharks, but there's going to be a lot of questions involved with that as well. Why is it so low? How long has it been on the market? Things like that. Condition of your home, curb appeal. What does it look like? Is it cluttered? Can people see their own stuff? Can they picture their own shit in your house? And if they can't, then they're probably not going to buy. And then the third is going to be marketing. We did a video earlier on satellite prospecting or circle prospecting around the neighborhood, and that's just one marketing tool that you guys can use to sell your own home that's fairly cost efficient, depending on which way you do it. Knocking on doors is free. Sending out postcards is 55 cents a postcard, plus 55 cents a stamp plus the postcard. So you're looking at probably $1, let's just say $1.50 per. And then, like I said, you can just meet up and tell people. But pricing is going to be first and foremost. There's a sweet spot for every home. And if you do proper comps and get an appraisal prior to putting your home on the market, you're going to have a better chance of hitting that sweet spot. Second is going to be conditioning. If you don't have to restage your whole home, you don't have to take everything out, but just declutter. Make sure you have great curb appeal. If it's springtime, put out some flowers. If it's fall, put up some fall decorations. Make it look good. If it's wintertime and you're someplace where it snows a lot, make sure people can get and walk through your driveway or up your walkway to your home and make it look appetizing, I guess, to the eye, so that they're like, oh yeah, I want to look at that. And then provide other things along the way. Make sure they have highlight sheets inside the house, because they're probably going to look at 13 different homes that day, and they need to remember yours specifically. So let's get into the first one, which is pricing. And I think I'm going to probably put it right here. Okay. Pricing is just that. It's picking a sweet spot for your home to be priced at. Okay. When you price your house, a lot of people tend to make the mistake of, well, I think it's worth $450,000. Where did you get that information? Well, Bobby down the street, he sold his for 425, and I know my house looks way better than his. Well, that's not always the case. It doesn't matter what I think your home's worth or what you would think your home's worth. What matters is what the market thinks your home is worth. And right now, the market can change within 5 or 6 days. Not 5 or 6 months like it used to, 5 or 6 days. So keep fresh up on your comps, know your neighborhood, know the ins and outs, and know the upgrades to your home. Now with conditioning is just that. Okay, we talked about it a little bit, but the condition of your home, a little paint will go a long way. A little pressure washing will go a long way. Decluttering, taking boxes and things out of the house. Like, I wish you could see this room right now. I mean, I got stuff pushed aside, and if I were trying to sell this right now, there's no way in hell, this would be satisfactory, because I got workout stuff over there. I got, hunting and other tactical equipment there, and, air conditioners, just extra shit everywhere. And that wouldn't work. So we'd need to get some of this out of here, put it in storage, shift it around, get the feng shui nice. That way when people walk through, they can envision their own stuff in your house. That's the most important part. But what's going to catch it? It's the curb appeal. Okay, if they don't end up in your driveway and be like, oh wow, this is a lot nicer than the pictures, or it's just as nice as it was in the pictures. There was no trickery pulled on. A lot of the times we'll see a great house, great looking house, and we'll get there, and especially out here in Middle Tennessee in the country, you'll get there and the front door is like 10 feet from the main highway or the main road, and that wasn't in the pictures at all. So be honest, be transparent, communicate at a very high level, even through your photos, so that people know what they're coming to see. And then last but not least, again, we've talked about it, marketing is a big aspect of why realtors, professional realtors, are normally brought in. The marketing aspect of getting your home seen by the most amount of people, so you have the opportunity to get the best price most of the time in the least amount of time. And so it has to be all over. There's got to be marketing, physical marketing, a sign in the yard, a sign down the street with directionals pointed towards your house, balloons on open house days if you choose to do it. I think open houses are bullshit, but that's just me. We'll get into that in a later video. It's one of those deals where you want it on Zillow, you want it on Realtor.com, you want it on all the big .coms that deal with real estate. You're probably going to post it to your own Facebook, and there are ways to get it on the MLS without using a realtor, and those are unique to every MLS. Now, there's not one big, huge MLS for the entire United States. They're regional. And so here in Middle Tennessee, we have RealTracs. In other parts of Tennessee, there are different MLSs, multiple listing services. So make sure to check, see if you have an opportunity to post on one. There are some realtors that will post it for you and only charge you a fee, a certain minimal fee to do that. And that may be a good way for you to post your own home. But you want to syndicate, and what I mean by that is get your home and your listing out to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. So if you have a large following on Facebook or social or any of those other ones, you're going to want to make a YouTube video, of a walkthrough of your home. You're going to want to learn how to vet these people before they get in your home, meaning make sure they have proof of funds. If they're paying all cash, make sure they have a pre-approval letter if they're going to finance it. Make sure they're going to buy within the next couple of weeks, or they're looking to, and make sure you have a plan to vacate the house and possibly negotiate temporary occupancy agreements and things of that nature, so that you have a plan and know exactly how you're going to negotiate with your potential buyer prior to even starting. So I know that was a lot more in depth than a big long form content video should be, but just remember the 3 basics before you even decide to list your home on Zillow or Facebook Marketplace. Make sure you're in a sweet spot for the price. Okay, pricing is key. Price too high, everybody's going to like it on Facebook. Nobody's going to call you. They're not going to want to come look at it because they're going, I have no. People are weird that way. They don't even want to come in and make an offer. Most people are not bargain type people. Some people are way too much bargain. They'll see you listing it for sale by owner, because on average, for sale by owners, miss out on 15 to 20% of what they could make if they listed it with a realtor. But I'm trying to circumvent that by teaching you the system it takes to make the most amount of your money back by doing it yourself within pretty much the same time frame. So make sure you price it right. Make sure you have great curb appeal. And so when somebody drives by it, they're like, holy shit, I gotta stop by that house. I gotta set an appointment. I gotta call that number so I can get in. And then last but not least, make sure it's everywhere that you can put it. Facebook, Realtor.com, Zillow, all the places. Make sure you do your satellite prospecting. You're sending out your postcards. You're telling everybody. And do email blasts. You have, most people have 100 people or more within their email contact list. Send out a mass text message saying, hey, this is the flyer I made on Canva. It's got all the specs of my home. It's a big highlight sheet of all the cool shit about my house. Some of the coolest pictures that are realistic, not filtered, but realistic. And then tell them a story. People buy why, not what. 3-bed, 2-bath, 1 acre, there's a million of them. But tell them what you did in certain parts of your home. Leave the bedroom out of it, but tell them what you did, with your kids, where you homeschooled your kids, or where you played Uno on Friday nights next to the fireplace because it had a great spot to view the backyard and watch the dogs play, or why you put the fireplace in the place that you did because it was close to the barbecue. Tell a story, make it an experience for your buyers, and you will get more coming in asking you and wondering, using their own imagination, what they could do with your property. That's going to bring you a faster sale. So anyway, I appreciate you guys listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the bell button like everybody else says, because if you want to see more content like this, which there will be plenty more, this is one grain of sand on the whole beach when it comes to selling a property and doing it very well, and doing it morally and communicating at a high level and everything else. So hit the bell, that way you get all the notifications when a new video comes out. And until the next time, stake your claim and own your legacy. Okay? See you guys later.